We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's going to attack the basket all night long, so I'm going to make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
The Indiana Pacers find themselves on the road looking for an interconference win. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. Dushin here. Capella's checked in. Montejunas comes in for Michael Beasley. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Allen. Williams, he's checked in for Ellis. And it's Lawson in for George Hill. And so in the game for the Pacers, Williams, he's in at shooting guard. Hill is out there with Mahinmi. Then it's Paul George. And it's Lawson in at the one spot.
Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Williams against Harden. Hits the front of the rim and out. Rockets trail by 4. And now here comes Terry late in the break. Here's Capella. Rebound Hill.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Williams with a clean look. Mahinmi kicks to Williams. Trying his luck deep. Offensive rebound. Some nice passing here by Indiana. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
The open shot by Brewer. Gets an open look and hits.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Williams for 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
And it's Terry off the drive. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Terry's got his first basket of the night.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Williams dishes to Mahinmi. Here's George. That's good.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
The 3 from Harden. And that's not going to go. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Pacers lead by 8. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah. I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I realize this.
And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now. for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
Flexing their muscles down low, and they've limited second chances too, guys.
We've got Andrew Gauntlock. Howard is out there with Beasley. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Britt. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans gave them a bit of a boost. He picked up 10 points, and part of that scoring came from beyond the arc, adding a few threes to his already impressive season total. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
Tell you what, Craig, I think he might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with him.
And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
Ellis, the pass to Williams. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. And it's an 11-point Indiana lead.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make
the Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. And here are the Pacers now. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Eunice, that's a screen for Terry. Just 5 to shoot. Looking to end the run. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's George. Outside Williams. Misses the 3. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
6 to shoot. Harden against Lawson. Here's Capella. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Here's Capella, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on George. The Rockets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Lawson. No good on that last second attempt there. And we finished one half of basketball. It's the Pacers leading by 14. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, James, throughout the first half, you struggled with turnovers. Is keeping...
Okay, that was some strong work in the first half. Let's talk about what we got to do to keep this crowd out of the game.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested. Andrew Godlock, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Pacers also changing it up. Mahimi's checked in for Turner. C.J. Miles comes in for Lavoy Allen. And it's Williams in for Monte Ellis. On the court for Indiana, Williams in at shooting guard. C.J. Miles is out there with Paul George. Then there's Ian Mahimi. And it's Hill in at the point guard position.
And, guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. Now, you know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
And stolen by Ariza. Hill against Beverly. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Screen by Howard. Here's Ariza. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
For the Rockets, Capella's checked in, and it's Montiunas in for Michael Beasley. Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Lawson comes in for George Hill. The free throw drops for Ariza. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. And Godlock kicks to Ariza. There's the dish to Brewer. They set the pick. Here's Godlock. He's guarded by Williams. 4 on the clock. Here's Brewer. Can't get it to go. So the Pacers will take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40. Mostly because he only took threes, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting threes.
At the elbow, Williams. Williams missing again.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Wing shot on the way. Ariza with the bucket. Ariza's got 7 now in this quarter.
You guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. I mean, and did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
Let's look at some numbers for Williams. He's got 10 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
Houston making a switch here. Terry's checked in. And Indiana with a change here, too. Ellis is checked in. Feeds to Brewer. Off the pick. It's rebounded by Indiana. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
I mean, no stress in that one. A game almost looked like a shoot-around for him. I mean, amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
Terry against Williams. Terry kicks to Brewer. The offensive rebound.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pacers lead by 18. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us.
Check it out.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Ramirez is checked in for the Rockets. Brewer comes in for Patrick Beverly. And Indiana with a change here, too. Williams, he's checked in for Hill. We've got Harden. He's out there with Brewer. Montezuma's out there with Howard. And it's Capella in at the power forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And there's the call on Howard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. For the Rockets, Andrew Godlock comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Terry in for James Harden. Indiana also making some changes. Hill comes in for Allen. And it's C.J. Miles in for Paul George. Indiana's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Pick up by Hill.
Move the ball and stick it too much.
Terry against Williams. And once again off the mark by Indiana. The Rocket shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Indiana.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
And that was a huge advantage. The free throw game always a significant barometer in terms of who wins and loses.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year, and when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, it always feels good to take the first game of the season series, and that's exactly what's taking place here tonight against the Rockets.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Ellis. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open. And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Williams for 3. That's good.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
Goes up from the top of the key, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, Paul George.
The 2K Sports postgame show.